Business Moments is the brainchild of the late Ekow Blankson, who passed away on October 3, 2022. He recorded 2 episodes before his demise. He hosted the show with his usual fun, style, and finesse. Ghanaweb TV is releasing these episodes in his memory. In this episode of Business Moments, Ekow Blankson interviewed Kafui Dogbatse. Kafui Dogbatse, whose love for traveling and adventure inspired him to start a travel and tour company.
Hello, hey, Mr. Blankson.
Great.
Welcome.
Here.
Welcome to my office.
Your office.
Shall we go upstairs?
This is beautiful. Happy to see you. All right, cheers. Yes. Your office is upstairs?
Yeah.
Great. Oh, okay. Wonderful place you have here. Wonderful place you have here.
Beautiful. All right, welcome to my office.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Please have a seat.
Yes. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Welcome.
I'm glad to be here.
Welcome. Finally, I have you in my office.
Yes.
A privilege.
Such a place you have. Very small, but effective.
Yeah, this is where the magic happens. This is where the magic.
Yes, it doesn't have to be a big place, right?
Yeah.
With a huge staff.
Nah. All you need is your desk, your laptop, your phone. Everything's on point.
Awesome. So we're definitely going to learn a lot from you today.
Looking forward.
All right. I'd like to welcome you all to Business Moments on Ghanaweb TV. My name is Ekow Blankson. On this platform, actually, we talk to business people, CEOs for that matter, and they tell us all about their business and how they're getting into the business and how it's going until the end, and what impact they are making on society. We've been talking to lots of CEOs, and they have taught us a lot. You take your pen and your paper and jot down a few points, because this will definitely help you. Because who are we talking about? A wonderful guy, somebody I've known for some time now, from our days, school days. So I can say quite a lot of easy things to him. His name is Kafui Dogbatse. He's come from different places and he will tell us about it. But we are talking travel and tour today on Ghanaweb TV. Stay tuned. Welcome back. This is Business Moments on Ghanaweb TV, and we're here with Kafui Dogbatse, right here in his office. I'll call it a petite office. Why did you choose to have a petite office? Tell us.
Okay, so when I was looking for office space to move into, for a long time I used to work from home, actually. So,
used to work from home. I like that. Yeah. I always hear that from business people. Working from home, starting from home, starting from my bedroom.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Continue.
Actually, working from home and working from my car, actually. Yeah.
Okay.
So I was looking for an office space. I needed to have a certain address, which was important because of the line of business I wanted to go into. I was looking for a certain kind of address. Then I was looking around, looking for the spaces. But then I realized that rents in Ghana are very, very expensive.
Okay.
Trying to get a decent accommodation, paying 2 years rent advance, and now trying to fix the place and make it look the part. It was basically my whole capital going to go into that.
Great.
So then I started looking for alternatives on the internet, and luckily I found this space which had everything I needed, had the perfect address. And for a startup, all I needed was a location so that people can come to.
Okay.
So then this place...
Well, maybe we can clarify that a business location.
A business location.
Because where you are right now, you are in the airport city, where it is good and definite for business.
Yes. For the clientele that I'm looking at appealing to, it was important that I give them confidence.
Beautiful.
Now, when I started off, as I was from home, but then mainly most of my activity was online, on social media and various platforms,
Right.
the new media. And one thing I learned was that confidence in new media was a bit down in Ghana because a lot of people have been scammed online. So people reach out to you, but they want to see the person. They want to say, okay, where can I find you? Where can I find you? So then that was when I knew that I needed to find a location.
And obviously they can't come and find you in your bedroom.
Yeah, exactly. I could not direct them to my house, yes, or my car. So yes, before you set up meetings at various locations.
Very well.
But then still people a bit skeptical that, okay, why are you meeting me here?
Yeah.
Why am I not coming to your office? So after doing my research, found that this place was
beautiful. We'll talk more about this office location and the reason why we should have an office and all of that. But of course, let's get to know you. Who is Kafui? Where have you come from to get into a startup like this and call yourself the CEO? Look, I'm not a prophet, but I can prophesy that you're going to become one of the big CEOs.
Oh, praise the Lord.
Okay, so where have you come from? And what is the story into becoming the CEO of Aspire Destinations?
Actually, it's a very crazy story. Where I've come from in terms of where I started in career and how come I'm in this space. So obviously I went to the best school in the world.
Yes.
Obviously.
You must be at Disardel College.
Naturally.
Thank you.
Naturally. So I went to Disardel. Now in Disardel, then I wanted to become an accountant.
Okay.
So I did accounting at Disardel. From Disardel, went to IPS and did accounting as CA Ghana. So I did that, and somewhere along the line, whilst I was there, I told myself that ultimately I would like to go into academia.
Right.
So then I said, okay, fine. How do I do this? I said, okay, I might as well just go have a degree in education. So right from IPS, 3 years in IPS, I went straight to UCC. So I did 6 years back-to-back tertiary education. So then I went to UCC to take a degree in education. So then I left and I came into my main profession then was an accountant. So I started work at Stratcom as finance and admin manager. I was there for a bit. Then I left Stratcom, went to another company called Sefcom as finance and admin. Then I started.
These are advertising?
Yes, so yes. Anyway, Stratcom was more of a communications company, so they did everything within that space. Then Sefcom was, now I had gone into an IT, they were into satellites and broadband related stuff then. So then I doubled into sales a bit, though I was finance and admin, I was supporting the sales function too as well. But then truth be told, I woke up one day and I told myself that I don't think I'll be the best accountant Ghana ever created. And so there was no point staying in that space because I wasn't getting fulfilled in that space.
Beautiful.
Take
a halt. Now, because our audience are really taking notes. So you thought you could do accounting.
Yeah.
But later on realized that you weren't getting fulfilled.
Nah.
So it's not your talent.
Nah. It wasn't my space.
It wasn't you.
It wasn't my space.
You were not finding it easy.
Nah.
It wasn't. Okay, so take note.
Yeah.
Continue, please.
I wasn't the type who would come and sit in the office, look at a computer the whole day. It wasn't my thing.
Okay.
So that's why I kind of got excited about doing the sales bit. So then it got me the opportunity to kind of step out there. So, but then when I realized that it wasn't going to work, actually, truth be told, I woke up one day, I didn't feel like going to work, and I didn't go to work. The following day, so happened. Then the third day, I did an email to my boss that, Charlie boss, I'm done. He couldn't understand. But truth be told, as at that time, I had no idea what I wanted to do. I had no prospect. I I just knew I didn't want to go to that job. I didn't want to be in accounting space again. So then I left.
Awesome.
That was in 2007, thereabouts. Yeah. So for 6 months, I was playing with myself as to what to do. I thought about going to real estate.
Did you have any money, in the bank that was taking care of you, or you just cut your lifestyle?
I didn't have any money in the bank.
Okay.
I didn't have any money in the bank. I just kind of managed myself.
Okay.
I just managed myself. Luckily then, I didn't have that many children. I think my wife was just about to deliver first.
Oh.
So then I could afford to have taken that risk at that point in time.
Great.
So we did that. So for 6 months, I was trying to figure out. Until then, I met a friend who came up with this. We are looking at setting up an events company in our company, with the events department. I think you can do it. I'm like, okay.
That was an angel, I guess. Business angel.
Yeah. Actually, it's one of my oldest friends. Actually,
Okay.
One of my oldest friends from Addis Ababa.
Yes.
So then he invited me. I went to see his boss. We sat down, and then within an hour or two, I was offered a job as an events and communications manager for City FM.
Oh, great.
Back then. So then that brought me to the space of events and communications.
Okay.
Long story short, by the time I was leaving City, I was sales manager.
Beautiful.
I left City 2010.
And you were getting fulfilled in that way.
Yes, that was a space I realized that I flourished more.
Okay.
Because I'm a people person.
Beautiful.
I am able to communicate comfortably, and I was able to now sell whatever I was selling.
Right,
So
right.
then I knew that was a space I wanted to play in.
Okay.
So then I was into sales and marketing. Then that was when I realized that, okay, now I needed some education to be able to be noticed and appreciated in that space. So that's when I decided to do an MBA in marketing.
Oh, great.
So then I ventured into GIMPA and did my executive MBA in marketing. Yeah. So that was finished in 2012.
Okay.
And I played in the media space at sales and marketing all this while till last year.
Very well.
Yeah.
Okay, so great. So, if you've been listening to Kafui, he's been telling us about his story. And the story is, he thought he could do something.
Yep.
You thought you could do something, but you were not fulfilled in what you were doing. And one day you just got up, the thing just told you, don't go to work.
I didn't feel like going.
And then you didn't go to work, and then you just decided that, okay, fine. You sat around, and then through links.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, this is the power of relationships.
Oh, yeah.
You knew somebody who knew
Know somebody
you,
who knew my
somebody.
ability, and then, yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
So we need to develop our relationships. And that person introduced you to the boss.
Yeah.
And you found yourself in that space,
Yeah.
correct?
Exactly.
And then when you found that you were fulfilled in that area, you knew this was it for you.
Yeah.
And you pursued it with an education.
Yeah.
Into executive MBA.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Did you take notes? This is Kafui Dogbatse. We will be right back on Business Moments. My name is Ekow Blankson.
Are you still searching for the right platform to share your voice, thoughts, and feelings? Then the Ghanaweb Reporter on the Ghanaweb app is the perfect app for you. It is Ghana's only citizen journalism and infotainment platform. Wherever you are, whatever you are doing, Ghanaweb Reporter links you up to the world. The reporter also gives you the opportunity to blog or become a citizen journalist, so you share stories with the rest of the world about cities, music genres, pop culture, tech, politics, etc. Download the Ghanaweb app from the Google Play Store or App Store on your smartphone and open it. Tap on the member button at the bottom of your screen and follow the easy steps to register with your phone number or email, and you are ready to become a reporter.
Ghanaweb Reporter, democratizing journalism and empowering content creators.
Welcome back obviously, to the best TV, Ghanaweb TV, where we are on Business Moments. My name is Blankson, Ekow Blankson, and of course, I've got a wonderful man here who's the CEO of Aspire Destinations. His name is Kafui Dogbatse. He's been telling us about his story, where he has come from, how he thought that he had something that he could do in terms of talent, and later on, didn't think it was right. How he switched through relationships and got to do what he really wanted to do and pursued it in education. We're yet to hear a lot about what he's doing right now, and definitely he's going to tell us. Welcome. Hey, Kafui, so because of that, you got your MBA and you're fine now, and then you decided to move? Is that what happened? Or you did something before that?
Actually, the way I ended up in travel intrigues me myself sometimes. Okay, so this is what happened. So for about 10 years, I've worked with Charterhouse. I was head of the production unit responsible for sales and marketing, as business development, everything in that space.
Very well.
So because I was into sales and I deal a lot with, for example, airlines. So anybody in the company who wanted to travel will come to me and go like, Kafui, can you get me a deal from this airline?
Okay.
Can you get me this deal? Can we get it? So then I used to do that. So sometime in 2019, I had a lot of requests. And I'm like, okay. And this was something I was just doing for free. So one day I woke up, I'm like, okay, I'm doing this thing and I'm doing it for free. I might as well turn it into a business.
There we go.
Then I was like, okay. So then I just went to register Aspire Destinations. Actually, Aspire came about because I already had a company called Aspire Media, which does media related stuff on the side.
Okay.
So then I was like, okay, why think of a new name? Might as well build a group of companies here.
Indeed.
So then I decided, okay, I'll go with Aspire Destinations. So then I formed Aspire Destinations. So it was supposed to be a side hustle. But I still worked at Charterhouse, so it was something I used to do, and I used to just resell packages for other tour companies.
Okay.
So I went to one company, and we spoke, and I said, okay, fine, they'll give me their packages to sell at a discount, then I could mark up. So then it was something I started in 2019, and then COVID hit. Then travel just went down. So luckily, late 2020. It looked like we were okay, so travel started again. So the 2020 November was when I did my own first solo group to Dubai. I was able to put together.
You put together people who were interested in
traveling
or touring a destination.
Yes.
Okay.
And actually, I was very surprised. The very first group I managed to put together, we were about 26. 26.
That's quite a number.
Yeah, that was I was very surprised myself.
Yeah.
So, and again, that's where people come into the space.
Relationships.
People
Business relationships.
Yeah. So you go to people and go like, okay, I'm doing this thing. Oh, it is you. Oh, we know you. Then we can trust you. So then you can have that. So
another thing you just said, trust.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Trust.
So
trust is very important. When you promise people a thing, especially in business, make sure you deliver
it.
Exactly what you said, or at least go beyond.
I've heard this from another businessman
Yeah.
who has said that make sure that you deliver above what is expected.
Yeah.
Although it may be for the same price or even less. Because then people can repeat purchase.
Exactly. That's right. And in this line of business, one thing I've realized is key is referral.
Great.
If somebody travels with you or does any business with you, especially in the travel space where there are a lot of unknowns, the moment the person comes back and is happy, you are sure that anytime a conversation comes up, anybody talks about travel, they would mention that, oh, I had a good experience with.
So Kafui, tell us, how many destinations have you gone so far? I know you're a startup, and so you just started. You've had the first 26. Have you gone again?
Oh yes. So after we did that first group in 2020, last year I did a total of 6 groups.
Okay.
Mainly to Dubai.
Okay.
Yeah. So normally we try to give our passengers or our clients extra value in what we offer them. So for example, it's easy to go to Dubai. So that's why most often than not you see tours to Dubai, because in terms of getting visas and things like that, it's easy. I can get a visa for you without you having to show up personally. And you don't need all those supporting documents that most of the traditional embassies do. So it's easy to do that, and it's relatively cheaper to do that. So we try to see how can we give people value beyond one destination. So then we go, most often than not, we do a twin city combo. So we're able to fly Kenya Airways, and luckily Kenya Airways has a long layover in Nairobi. So what we try to do, instead of staying in the airport, we add a tour to it. So you arrive in the morning, you go into town, have a few tours, come back in the evening, catch your flight, and you're off to Dubai. So for the price of one, you get to visit 2 cities.
Beautiful.
So that's something that we have offered our clients. So depending whether you fly Rwanda Air or in Kenya, what do you call it, Ethiopia or any other airline, you try to give them the experience of two cities. So we tried. That's something. So last year we did. I think total of 6, to Dubai mainly. We did South Africa too at some point, and this year we are in July. We've done 4 trips already to Dubai. We've done a trip to SA2 as well. Next month, August, we are doing a trip to Santorini, Greece. Yes, we're doing Santorini. Wow. And then
you got to put me on that.
Oh, you should. You should. It's one of the finest destinations in terms of holiday. It's a beautiful place to go to. So that's what we've done so far. Hopefully, before the end of the year, we'll do some other destinations, and we should be fine.
Very well. So, I mean, this is awesome. I mean, the way you started very small. This is a startup. I mean, you got interest. You were doing it. Sometimes they say that our side jobs or side hustle, as you put it, become our main interest. Yeah. That's exactly what you're doing in getting to travel and tour. Have you gotten to a point where you take people and they don't come back?
Okay, so luckily, I haven't had that experience. And again, for our line of business, we need to be able to maintain some credibility with the embassies or the consulates that we work with. So before we add you to our group, we need to do our own due diligence to be sure that you're going to come back. Because the moment you don't come back, you have missed out opportunities for other people. Great. So in as much as we are in the business of making money, it's not every money that we will take. So if we do the vetting and we cannot trust that you would adhere to the terms and conditions of the visa that you'll be given, we might not go with you.
Very well.
Yeah, because it's very important.
To what extent are you rich, Kafui? CEOs, running your own business, would you say that you are rich or you're comfortable or you are...
Okay, so one thing
I know. I'm just
one thing I've realized, and of course, you've from work experience. Luckily for me, I've worked directly with all the CEOs of the companies I've worked with, so I understand the challenges that business owners face. But of course, since you're not directly, you see it differently. But then once you step into the side, you realize that every money you make or you have, you want to pump it into the business.
Right. As a startup.
Yes, you want to every money you get from whatever, you want to pump into the business because you want to be able to grow
Percentage. Teach us. How much of percentage of money do you pump back into the business?
Everything, actually.
100%?
Everything.
Then what do you live on? Your children, what do they live on?
Oh, at least for now, by God's grace, I don't have to pay rent.
Okay, you have your own place.
So I don't have to pay rent. You're able to pay your children's school fees. Yeah.
From where?
Okay, so but then one thing, you pay yourself a salary.
Okay, great.
Yes. Whichever way, one thing I learned a long time ago is that always pay yourself a salary.
Okay.
Do not
Beautiful.
Do not think that the business account is your personal account.
Okay.
So have a business account of your
and be content with that salary that you're getting.
And one thing I did was that I pay myself as per my last salary, my last job.
Okay,
that's how much I was making at this company, which to me is my worth, my value in terms. So I pay myself that salary. That's the same salary I pay myself here.
Well.
So I believe that when I'm able to grow and get to the level that I think I want to get to, then probably I'll be able to pay myself CEOs' salaries.
On that point, where do you want to get to in terms of growth? Where are you right now? What will be that trajectory, business trajectory that you'll be going through, and where do you want to get into?
Okay, so I want to be the company which sets the pace in terms of destinations in Ghana, destination holidays in Ghana. Okay, so I've identified, these are the audience I speak to, or these are the clienteles I try to. I divided into two groups.
Right.
They are the first-time travelers, so those who haven't had the opportunity of traveling outside before, who are looking for that first experience. So I'm putting together packages to suit them.
Very well.
So then that's there. And then we have those who have been to everywhere conceivable. They've toured the Europes, they've toured the Americas, but are still looking for somewhere to go to. So I'm making it my job to now go look for those places that they haven't yet been to. So there is some wonderful place in Jordan that most people don't know about. I've gone to discover it. So I'm going to tell you who is looking for their next destination to go to. Have you considered going to Jordan? They'll go like, Jordan?
Yeah.
And I tell you that, listen, this is what you can do in how do you call it, in Jordan.
Okay.
Now, somebody in Africa or in Ghana wants to experience snow, but then might not be able to go to Europe to experience snow. Do you know that you can experience snow in Africa? In Lesotho.
Oh, okay.
Most people don't know that.
Sometimes in Ebri.
Yeah. But in Lesotho, you actually see the snow. It falls. A lot of people don't know that. So I can take you to Lesotho when the snow falls for you to experience what you would have experienced if you had gone to Europe or gone to America.
Okay.
So that is...
And it will be cheaper, right?
It will be relatively cheaper, and you don't have the hustle of trying to prove whether you will come back, that kind of thing. So what we are trying to do as a company is to be able to speak to those two people, make travel as easy and as cheap as possible for the first-time traveler, and also be able to offer that frequent traveler new opportunities for them to now go and explore.
Awesome.
That's where we are going.
Awesome indeed. I think that your growth pattern is really great, and obviously you've got good clientele. Obviously, still looking for others to do this. Okay, what has been your hustle? What hurts you?
Truth be told, my biggest challenge has been the exchange rate. Unfortunately, because you're buying services out of country, you need to buy forex to be able to pay. You pay the airlines in cedi, in local currency, but then wherever destination you're going to, the hotels and tours, you have to pay in forex. So that has been the main challenge. Let me shock you. So last year, around this time last year, I could sell a package to Dubai for 6,000 cedis. I'm talking tickets, accommodation, tours, visa, everything for a week. For 7 days.
I don't think I can go to Dubai with 6,000 for a week.
Oh yeah, that's the beauty of working with a company like us, because we're able to have good discounts with the airlines.
That's where I was coming to.
In the same way, we're able to have good discounts with the the hotels outside. So we are able to offer you such packages. Okay. So sometimes you talk to people like you and you tell them I can take you to Dubai for 6,000. You go like, okay.
I've traveled many times.
Yeah, I've traveled many times. Maybe my ticket is more than 6,000. Then I'll tell you that's why I come into the space, because I'm able to.
You get bulk
discounts from all these things.
Okay.
So last year I was able to sell a package to Dubai for 6,000 cedis. Okay. Now that same package, nothing has changed. It's the same airline, and the price of ticket hasn't really gone up. The same package from Dubai, but unfortunately now I'm selling that same package for 11,000 cedis.
Any reason why?
Exchange rate. The cedi has depreciated.
Does it mean that you've transferred the challenge to your...
Sadly, we have to transfer the loss to the client.
Is there any creative way that you might be thinking about a solution to make it easier for your customers as well?
We're still... Okay, so for us, what we try to do, since we cannot do anything so much about the value, what we as a SPAT try to do is that we want to give you extra in terms of the experience.
Okay. of which I would have paid for.
So ordinarily, when you pay for a package like that within the industry standards, you're entitled to, most tour companies will give you 3 tours. Of course, you have your airline, your accommodation, and they'll give you 3 tours. But Aspire will give you 4 tours.
Okay.
So yes, for the value of 3, you enjoy 4. So that is our way of trying to compensate for the increase in the package that we could not do much about because those were variables outside our control.
You're just taking me to my next question.
Okay.
That will be, what makes you different?
Oh,
There are so many of them. We hear about them doing touring and blah blah blah. Some cancel and stuff like that. After the people have paid and everything, it's difficult sometimes to get their monies back and blah blah. What makes you different as per destinations?
Okay, so like I just said, where we try to give you extra from what everybody else gives you. One thing that has worked for me so far, and I'm hoping I can extend it, I think that my personality has kind of helped in giving the travelers some experience on the trips that they would not get from other tours. I'm saying this from experience and feedback that I have gotten from those who have traveled. Now, of course, I cannot go on every trip. So I look at the dynamics of those in the group, and then if I can afford to go, I go, or else I make my tour people to go. So there was this particular, in April, I had 2 destinations simultaneously. I had a group to Dubai, and I had a group to, South Africa for the Easter break. Now, I had a few people who were part of my Dubai group earlier saying that they wanted to do the essay trip. So they came on the essay trip. The assumption they had was obviously I was going to be on that trip. So fortunately, I couldn't go, so I had to go. When 2 days into the trip, they called me and they were mad. They were like, they decided to come on that trip because I was on, because of the experience they had with me on an. So then, and I got that feedback too from a few.
That's really positive.
Yeah, so I need to find a way of managing all that because, of course, obviously, I cannot be on everything. So I need to bring my staff to that level where they're able to give the clients an experience. Because for us at Aspire, and one of my driving philosophies is that I'm helping you to create memories, and those memories should be exciting. They should be beautiful,
resplendent. Should stay.
Should linger on. Yes, because the time will come, I'm sure, where the only thing we have will be the memories we're able to create across over the years.
Tell me, but if you want to, it's good to build people. It's good to build them to your level. Obviously, they can't be like you, but they would be close.
Yeah.
You're not afraid as a CEO that somebody might take your business?
Oh, surprisingly, I've never been afraid of things like that.
So don't be afraid as CEO.
No.
That's what you're saying?
No. I mean, no matter what happens, because obviously I worked somewhere and I was able to build myself and get here. So personally, I would never feel threatened by an employee, because if an employee of mine can break out and set up, that means I've done something right.
Good. Last question. So, a big setup does not bring success. I mean, so to say, or it does not mean being successful.
Yeah.
A small setup like yours, because how many staff do you have as permanent?
Okay, as permanent, I have an assistant who is permanent. Most of the people I have are on freelance, on a contract basis.
On contract.
On contract.
Okay, so you don't have to
carry a lot of
people with you, because as I see here, I wonder how many other people can sit here, but they are somewhere, and they are working for you. All right, and this is also the power of technology.
Yes. So if COVID taught us anything, we don't need to be in an office space to work.
Exactly.
You can work from wherever.
Exactly.
As long as you have clear deliverables, you can make it happen. So, of course, as we grow, of course, you need to have some permanent staff because of the structure you need to build. So, but then I want to take it slowly because I've seen businesses crash because they overexposed.
Okay.
Or they scaled up too quickly. So I think my 20 plus years has taught me a lot. So I want to take it one day at a time. But as many a thing I can outsource, I will outsource.
Take it one day at a time, manage your scalability,
yes,
and ensure that you have the right people outsourced.
Yes.
That's very strategic.
Yeah.
And that's very thoughtful of you. Thank you very much. For accepting us into your petite space. Has been just wonderful. I like your portrait, by the way.
That was a birthday present, actually.
This guy is smiling out there. Make it look like he's so rich. But he will be rich.
Oh, yeah.
But we'll be following you. This will not be the last. We'll come here and we'll remind you of some of the things that you have said. And we'll go back to some of the things to make sure that you have moved from the 1 to the 2 and to 3 and probably got into 10. We want to celebrate with you. Ghanaweb TV would like to celebrate your moments where you have this place and what you're doing right now. Okay, so this has been Ghanaweb TV. This has been Business Moments. We've been talking to Kafui Dogbatse, who is the CEO of Aspire Destinations. He's told you quite a lot about how he started, where he is now. It doesn't have to go very fast to scale up, but to make sure that he takes it one day at a time, strategically. I hope you took notes. Well, this is Ghanaweb TV, actually on Ghanaweb, where we have lots of products for you. We've got the Ghanaweb Club, of course, which is a community. You can register on Ghanaweb and be a member of Ghanaweb. And obviously, you can get some discounts. Part of those discounts you can get from Aspire Destinations, I can promise you that. He gives these discounts to his clients, but you, as a member of Ghanaweb, can even get more discounts from Aspire Destinations. And also, we've got Ghanaweb Reporter, which, of course, we're making sure that we're democratizing journalism. You can also be a reporter on Ghanaweb, have your own page, and blog out there and write anything that you want to write. Obviously, that will be checked as well. Then we've got the Ghanaweb Memorial. Hey, people have died or people will die, but obviously keep the memory of these people. Write out their stories, write out their tributes, get their pictures, even get the destination, the place of the grave, so people can remind you a year after. And that's Ghanaweb Memorial. So many things coming up on Ghanaweb, and indeed you should be there. We've also got something beautiful for the women as well. My hairdo, check it out. Just go on Ghanaweb, go to artpure.gh.com. Obviously, you'll find so many things on Ghanaweb over there. Thank you very much for joining us on Business Moments. My name is Ekow Blankson, and I've been with Kafui Dogbatse. Thank you very much, my brother.
Thank you for having me
so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, catch you again next week. Another fantastic guest will be with us. Cheers.